Jungkook set the standard too high. Lisa's FIFA debut immediately became a topic of discussion. The Korean entertainment world and international music fans are again made crowded by one topic that continues to be a topic of discussion in various fan communities. Lisa's name from Blackpink is now the center of attention after her involvement in a project related to FIFA caused a lot of reaction from the global public. But what makes this situation more interesting is not only because of Lisa's extraordinary popularity, but because of another name that keeps appearing in every discussion, Jungkook. Many fans began to question the same thing. Is the standard left by Jungkook in the history of FIFA too high to ignore? The question arises not because the public wants to compare the two artists directly, but because the impact that Jungkook has ever created is considered one of the greatest pop culture moments that has ever happened in the history of the relationship between the K-pop industry and the world sports. When Jungkook appeared in the FIFA Grand event a few years ago, the world witnessed something that felt different. At that time, it was not only K-pop fans who noticed. Football fans from various countries, international media, to the general public who may not even follow BTS are talking about their performance. The song performed by Jungkook managed to cross the boundaries of language, culture, and geographical area. That moment became one of the symbols of how a Korean idol can stand on the world's largest sports stage and be accepted by a global audience. Because of that, when Lisa started to get the spotlight in the context of FIFA, many discussions directly led to comparisons that were actually inevitable. On social media, various comments popped up. Some say that Lisa has a strong enough charisma to create her own mark. Some others think that the shadow of Jungkook's success is still too big, so that whatever happens after that will always be compared. Interestingly, this discussion actually shows how big the influence of the two Korean stars is in the eyes of the international public. Lisa is not a small name that needs validation. As a member of Blackpink, he has built a global reputation for many years. Its popularity reaches Asia, Europe, America, to the Middle East. Every social media upload is able to attract millions of interactions in a short time. Every appearance is always in the headlines in various world entertainment media. But the public realizes that FIFA is a different stage. In the world of music, an artist can dominate the charts, break streaming records, or hold a grand stadium concert. But FIFA has unique characteristics. This event brings together various cultures in one very emotional momentum. The audience who attended was not only music lovers, but also sports fans who may have seen the artist perform for the first time. This is the reason why many people still remember Jungkook's moment until now. Not only because of the quality of his vocals or the popularity of BTS, but because of his ability to present an appearance that feels integrated with the spirit of the event. He not only appeared as an idol, but as a representation of global pop culture that is at the peak of his influence. Now, when Lisa's name appears in FIFA's discussion, many entertainment observers judge that her biggest challenge is not to prove her abilities. Lisa has long proven her quality as a world-class performer. The real challenge is to face public expectations that have been formed since the Jungkook era. This phenomenon actually often occurs in the entertainment world. When someone creates such an iconic moment, then the next person will always face an inevitable comparison. The same thing has happened in the world of sports, movies, and international music. The big names that come first are often a measure for those who come after. However, many fans judge that comparing Lisa and Jungkook directly is not the right approach. Both have different artistic identities. Jungkook is known for his strong and emotional vocalist image. Meanwhile, Lisa has the charm of an energetic performer, full of charisma, and has a very distinctive stage ability. Interestingly, the discussion actually shows how big the influence of K-pop is on the global stage right now. A few years ago, it might be hard to imagine a Korean artist being an important part of the world's biggest sporting event. Now the situation has changed drastically. Names like Jungkook and Lisa are no longer just Asian artists who are known by certain communities. They have become a global figure whose existence is taken into account by various international industries. Social media also plays a big role in increasing this discussion. Video pieces, appearance photos, to various fan analysis spread quickly. In a matter of hours, a topic that was originally only talked about by a small community can turn into a global trend. Every detail becomes a discussion material. Every expression, costume, to body language is analyzed by millions of curious eyes. But behind all these debates, there is one fact that is hard to refute. Both Jungkook and Lisa have helped open a bigger door for Korean artists on the world stage. They show that music has no geographical boundaries. They prove that Asian artists can be the center of attention in global events that were previously dominated by Western names. Therefore, the question of whether Jungkook set the standard too high may never have a definite answer. Some people will answer yes, because the impact of its appearance is indeed very big. Some others will answer no, because every artist has a different way to create history. What is clear, Lisa's presence in this discussion shows one important thing. The world public now has very high expectations for K-pop artists. And that expectation was born because the previous generation succeeded in proving their ability on the international stage. In the end, this story is not just about who is bigger or who is more iconic. This is a story about how two big names from South Korea were able to change the way the world viewed the Asian entertainment industry. Jungkook may have created an extraordinarily high standard in the eyes of many people. But Lisa is here with the opportunity to write a new chapter that is different, unique, and maybe one day will be remembered in the same big way. And that's the reason why this discussion keeps heating up. Because the public is not just watching an appearance. They are witnessing how a new history is trying to be written, while the shadow of the old history is still so strongly imprinted in the memory of the world. This ongoing conversation eventually creates a very attractive atmosphere among global fans. Every day there are new analyses, new opinions, even theories that try to explain why Jungkook's name is still mentioned every time the topic of FIFA and K-pop artists are discussed. For some people, it is proof that an appearance has really left a deep mark. But for others, it actually shows how difficult it is for the public to escape from the memory of a moment that has become part of the history of popular culture. In the midst of that situation, Lisa is in a unique position. He is not a newcomer who is looking for attention. He has had an extraordinary international career. As one of the global icons of her generation, Lisa has performed on various prestigious world stages, collaborated with well-known international brands, and built a huge fan base in various countries. But it is precisely because of that status that the expectations given to him are much greater than other artists. When a figure as big as Lisa is involved in a project related to FIFA, the public does not only expect to see a good performance. They hope to see something that can be talked about for years. They want to witness a moment that can stop the world's conversation for a few minutes and make millions of people feel that they are witnessing history that is being written live. Such a hope is certainly not something that is easy to fulfill. Even the world's biggest artists are not always able to create iconic moments every time they perform. History shows that a legendary appearance is often born from a combination that is difficult to explain. There are factors of time, atmosphere, momentum, public emotions, to social context that all meet in one perfect point. This is why many entertainment observers judge that the comparison between Lisa and Jungkook should not only be seen from numbers, statistics, or the amount of media coverage. The impact of culture is often much more complex than just data. Sometimes a performance is remembered not because it is the biggest, but because it manages to touch the public's emotions at the right time. If you look at the reaction of international fans, it is clear that the enthusiasm for Lisa is very big. Many believe that he has the ability to create a FIFA identity that is different from what Jungkook has done. If Jungkook is remembered for presenting an emotional nuance that blends with the spirit of global unity, then Lisa is considered to be able to bring a new energy that is more daring, modern, and full of charisma. This character difference is what actually makes many people more curious. The world is not looking for a second Jungkook. The world is also not looking for another version of Lisa. What the public is looking for is how these two big stars are able to give different colors on the same stage. On various social media platforms, fans began to recall how K-pop's journey to the global stage did not happen overnight. There was a long process that involved many generations of Korean artists before the world finally paid attention as much as it is now. In that context, both Jungkook and Lisa are considered as symbols of the success of the Korean entertainment industry in breaking the boundaries that were once considered impossible. Even some fans argue that the discussion about who is more iconic has actually missed the point of the real story. According to them, the fact that the name of the Korean artist is the main topic in the discussion of FIFA is already a big victory for the K-pop industry as a whole. A few decades ago, that possibility may just sound like a dream that was too ambitious. Now the reality is different. Every step of Jungkook and Lisa is monitored by international media. Every news about them can be headlines in various countries. Even a simple conversation on social media can develop into a global discussion involving millions of people. The phenomenon shows that the influence of Korean culture has reached an extraordinary level. Music, drama, fashion, and Korean lifestyle are now part of everyday international conversation. Jungkook and Lisa are just two of the most prominent examples of that big change. However, the pressure that arises from public expectations cannot be ignored. When someone is considered as a representation of global success, every step will always be judged more strictly. Each appearance will be compared to the previous achievement. Every decision will be analyzed from various points of view. In such a situation, the ability of an artist to stay focused on his identity becomes very important. Many fans believe that the reason Jungkook is able to leave a deep impression is not because he tries to imitate anyone, but because he appears as himself. The same thing is expected to happen to Lisa. Fans want to see the best version of Lisa, not the version that tries to chase the shadow of other people's success. Over time, it is likely that this discussion will continue to develop. There will be more analysis, more comparison, and more debate. But maybe one day, when the momentary emotions have subsided, the public will see this story from a different point of view. They may realize that what is actually happening is not a competition between two big stars. Instead of a chapter change in the long history of the relationship between K-pop and the world stage. Jungkook wrote a very memorable chapter. Lisa is now writing the next chapter in her own way. And like all big stories in the entertainment world, the end result will not be determined by the debate on social media or sensational titles that appear every day. The end result will be determined by how the public remembers those moments years from now. Because history does not always choose the most talked about appearance on that day. History often chooses moments that remain alive in people's memories when all the crowds have long passed. That is the reason why Jungkook's name is still remembered until now. And that is also the reason why so many eyes are currently on Lisa, waiting to see if she will create an equally strong footprint or even pave the way to a completely new story. For now, one thing is certain, the world is watching. And when the world watches with this great curiosity, every second that happens on the FIFA stage has the potential to turn into a part of history that will continue to be talked about for years to come.